guys, I am 1 week into March, but I wanted to catch you up with what's been going on. And to do that, I have to take you back in time to the last week of February. The plan was that my sister and I would take a little vacation to Orlando. She didn't have much time, so it was just going to be 3 days. We were supposed to leave Tuesday early morning and come back Friday afternoon. Unfortunately, because of the weather in our area, our flight got delayed. First, it went from us leaving at 10 a.m. to us leaving at 3 p.m. And then as we got to the airport, it got delayed further. Ultimately, I think we were just lucky to even get there. But that also meant that the first day of vacation was gone. I'm a big planner, and I was really hoping that that first day would be time to relax by the pool, take in the sights, maybe go out to dinner. Ultimately, we didn't get there till evening. We did go out to dinner, enjoyed some live music and drinks on the town, and settled in for a quick vacation. The next morning, we went to Universal Studios Epic Universe, which was the whole purpose of the trip because that was something on my sister's bucket list. And even though neither one of us, or maybe especially me, are not roller coaster people, it was really cool to see the different universes and how they were built out. The weather was perfect. It wasn't too hot. It wasn't too cold. And we were able to enjoy lots of food in the park, people watching, and really just enjoying the way everything was built with such detail. This is where we stopped for our first bite to eat, and this was also where we took our one and only ride. It was disappointingly short, but what I found really funny was that the majority of people in this park were adults. There were very few kids, but it was great to see everybody having lots of fun. In the end, I am not disappointed that we went. At night, we went out for dinner outside of the park, and look at this cool drink that I ended up having. It was just as good as it was fun. The next day, we woke up super early for a little road trip. We went to the west coast of Florida to spend a little time in nature. My sister had found the park that she wanted to visit and take some photos, so we took a nice walk. I found these giant pine cones. But we couldn't dilly-dally much because last minute I booked something that I had on my bucket list for a long time, or at least for the last 2 years. And that was snorkeling with the manatees at Crystal River. I've been there before and seen them from the boat, but I just wasn't brave enough to get in. So thank you to my sister for making it happen. After that, we were wiped, so we headed straight back to the hotel to spend the afternoon by the pool enjoying some drinks. On Friday morning before our flights, unfortunately, the weather did not cooperate. It was very cloudy, but we did go and visit the world's largest McDonald's. Or was it just the largest one in the United States? I'm not sure, but it was quite fun, and it had things on the menu I had not seen before. I personally wasn't brave enough to try any of those things, but my sister had one of the new burgers, and she liked it for being a McDonald's burger. One of the highlights of the trip was that we found a really good coffee spot that we kept going back to. Unfortunately, just the way things worked out, we did not have enough time to stop there before heading to the airport. We did barely make it. Maybe we dilly-dallied a little too long at the McDonald's. It helped that our flight was yet again delayed, just not by much. On the way home in the plane, I started feeling off a little bit. I thought I was just tired, have not had enough sleep. Maybe my allergies were kicking in since we were in a different climate and we spent time outdoors. Unfortunately, that was not the case.
Sometimes you go, and finally life catches up. And I think that's where I am. I have been back from my vacation for about 48 hours now, and I have been sick all throughout that time. Friday night, I basically got home and curled right into bed. I think it took me more than an hour to stop shivering, even with my electric blanket on its highest settings. And like I said, it's been 48 hours now. I think I'm through the worst of it, but I probably will need a few more days in bed. Honestly, I'm a pretty tough cookie, but when I get sick, I am a total baby that needs taking care of. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to take care of myself for the next couple of days.
Hello everyone, it's March 2nd, and for me this should be the second day of my new planning year. But unfortunately, I have been pretty sick the last few days, and I was away on vacation the week before that. I did end up doing a little bit of pre-planning in my old planner, the one that ended with the end of February for this new year. But unfortunately, I have not started the new planner at all. Here it is. It's still wrapped in foil. So let's do the honors. Maybe at least I can open it. I don't know why I'm struggling with opening it. I wonder if it's symbolic in some way. Now, I don't know if I'm going to work in the planner today, like I said. One thing I do want to do today is start becoming human again. As you can see, I look like I've been living in the swamp for a while and just crawled out this morning. So if nothing else, I want to take a shower, wash my hair, and just as importantly, I need to change my sheets, because when you're sick and you're sweating and, it just feels like they're covered in whatever bacteria or virus or whatever I had or have technically. And hopefully by tomorrow I'll feel even better, and so on and so forth. So for this week, I'm giving myself a lot of grace with everything that I need to do and with everything I should have done by now. So here we are. Here is the new planner for this year, which technically started 2 days ago, like I said. I haven't opened it yet, but it looks good. I mean, I'm not very picky, so hopefully this will serve me well. But to be fair, I do also take time in March every year to do the setup itself. I usually don't have everything completely set up for the year before the year starts. It's just how I roll. In a few days, when I don't have to keep taking cough breaks, I will be back to give you an update on my goals from the previous year. And as I'm setting up the planner, I'll share with you the goals for this coming one. Eating dinner made me tired, so I'm not planning to do much today, but it is getting late in the day, and this is my dish situation. As you can see, the sink is completely full, and there are some extras on the side as well. But what this also means is that my cup cabinet is almost empty. And if I can do one nice thing for tomorrow me, it would be washing at least a little bit of the dishes. All right, that didn't take that long, but it was a lot of effort. I am sweating right now. There is still a bunch of cups in the sink, but I did replace water in all of them since some of them have been here almost a week. You know, gotta prevent the stinky. But I think all things considered, I did about half of the dishes in total. So that's half less for tomorrow. It's finally time to get out of the house and get some groceries. And here is everything that I got. This definitely took me longer than I thought it would. And I'm still missing a couple things. Hey guys, it's March 5th. I've been sitting here on the couch doing a little bit of planning. It's a dark, rainy day out there, but I did manage to cozy up my little coffee table, which is going to be one of the goals for this year. I'm still not feeling 100%, but yesterday was the first day that I worked, and I'll be back to work today as well, so I want to take it easy throughout the day. But there are a couple things that are non-negotiables for today. One of them is finally unpacking because my backpack that I traveled with has not even been unzipped since I came back. And the other one is getting all the laundry done. The aforementioned backpack is full of dirty clothes. I stripped the sheets from the bed when I was sick. I have another set of sheets probably needs to get cleaned too since I'm still not feeling very well. And there's a lot of sweating involved. All that being said is that I need everything to be nice, fresh, and clean. And if I can get all that laundry done, that would be great. I am already off to a good start because I do have a set of sheets in the washer. So yay for me. All right, I have 2 more baskets of laundry. I will add a little bit to these and they can go in next. Good morning on Friday. It's time to do my weekly cleaning. My sink is absolutely full. There is a mountain of clean laundry to fold, and even the floor hasn't been swept in 2 weeks. So let's get it done. All right, this is what we're working on today. I have some things in the sink, and then I have a bunch of things that didn't even fit in the sink, honestly. But that's mostly because if I don't get to everything, I want to make sure I get to the older stuff. All right, the counter is clear, basically. That still needs to get washed, but as you'll see, I didn't get to everything. I still have these 2 bowls here. They're going to be the start of dishwashing for next week. And I also realized that I have another jar out in the living room that should be washed as well. So it's okay. I ran out of room here on the drying rack, and that's a natural stopping point for me. I am more tired than I thought I'd be. It's time to clean in the bathroom here. At least I'm going to focus on the vanity and the toilet. And even though I unpacked, I still have all this stuff that needs to get put away that I had on my trip. Here is my mountain of clean laundry. This is 4 loads. And there's another basket here of the little stuff. So let's get going. And that is all the laundry folded and put away. Last time I used my old vacuum, I had just found it and I didn't do a good job checking whether it was ready to go. So apparently I used it without putting a bag in. But that's okay because I apparently have some bags in the closet. All right, now that the vacuum is finally ready to go, the only thing left to do is to straighten up before I vacuum. Ta-da! The only sad thing here is that apparently my scissors are done for it. This inner part here, which I assume was rubber at one point, is now plastic, and I guess when they banged against the floor, it cracked and it fell out. So I'm in the market for new scissors. And maybe I even have some in my stash somewhere. So I'll keep these for now until I find better ones. So the first few days of March were spent trying to recover. Not only was I feeling crummy, I had a lot of different things that were backed up. I did try to work a little bit every day on catching up, and I think I did pretty good. My new planning year started on March 1st, and I was not ready for it. I still am not, honestly. But one thing I did get done was wrapping up the prior year. And although I won't show you everything, let me just give you a brief look at my goals from the past year and what I was and was not able to get done. Here is my goal page from the prior year. So let's start with the things I did not get to finish. I did not actually file my application for the certificate. I got pretty close. I got everything filled out, but unfortunately I didn't take that last step. Hopefully this is not an indication of how things are going to go this year. I was and still am waiting for my friend to really get her shit together, and then we can file together, which I think makes sense. But I will absolutely make this a priority for myself for the month of March. Just because I didn't get it all done, I am not abandoning this. But in truth, it didn't get done. Another thing that didn't really get done was befriending a snake. I did do some things towards that. For example, I did visit them in the pet store and try and spend time looking at them in their little terrariums. But unfortunately, I didn't get anywhere near getting this goal done. And lastly, I had hoped to gain 2 new skills in this past year, and I did not do that. I've only gotten 1, and I did not do anything for the last one. I did have thoughts of that last week on vacation that I could quickly learn a skill, but I really want this to be something useful and something that I care about. So ultimately, I gave up and I did not finish this goal. And now for the moment we've all been waiting for. Well, mostly me. Let me show you everything that I was able to get accomplished this year. I was able to get rid of 1,000 things. That is quite a few things that I got rid of this year. I know that this is a step in the right direction for me to have a tidier house. There's much more that I need to get rid of in my declutter. I honestly hardly even scratched the surface of getting rid of clothes and shoes and things like that. And there was a big push at the end where I was able to get a bunch of the jewelry out of my house. All packed up and ready to go. That's 111 items that are leaving my house and a big bag of trash. I did end up keeping maybe 15 pieces, and I'm still waiting to hear back if anyone wants anything before this actually gets into the donation. But it's out of my house now. With that, I surpassed this goal of 1,000 things. So, yay me. But also going through this journey of trying to get rid of things, it's now easier for me to let stuff go. I have my eye trained for those things that I don't want, are broken, I don't need, and I grab them and place them in a donation bin much quicker than I did before. Before, I was just content to let things sit there. Another huge thing that I got accomplished just in the nick of time was starting therapy. Yes, you've heard that right. This is a goal that has been on my goals list for many, many years. And I finally scheduled an appointment with a psychologist. I have that appointment coming up on March 9th, I believe, or March 10th, actually. And we'll see how it goes. I am excited and nervous for it. But this is a huge accomplishment for me. I did finish reading 6 books for growth this year, so that is awesome. These are all the books that I read. I still have to write the last one in. And I did visit 6 new places this year, so that's great too. All the new places that I visited this past year, I want to take some time to print out little photos for each of these and maybe write a little memory from each. And finally, I did have 12 new experiences this year. When I first put this goal down here in the planner, I was hoping for there to be more adventures for this goal and the new places goal to kind of work hand in hand. So maybe I didn't have quite as many adventures as I was hoping for, but I did get to try some new things. And not all of them were food. So that's a big plus because food is an easy one for me. I'm such a picky eater. There are so many things that I could try that are new to me. And here are the 12 new things that I was able to try this year. All that being said, these are all the things I was able to get accomplished in the past year. It may not seem like much, but I am proud of myself for getting some of these things done. I think also it was a good balance of fun things and things that really I needed to improve in my day-to-day life, like starting therapy. After this, it's all in for the new year and the new goals to come. It's going to be an exciting one.